I knew right away the wind wasn't to blame. The fence hadn't simply fallen. It was shattered, torn apart like broken bones. And my marrows? Vanished. No trace. Just deep tire marks gouged into the soft earth of my garden, like old wounds torn open again. I stood there staring at the ruin, my heart clenching as I realized he'd done it. Her new man. He'd been slowly, almost casually, edging his truck closer with each visit, crushing everything I had tended to with my own hands. At first, I said nothing. Not that time. Not the next. Instead, I went to her, my ex-wife. I spoke gently, even kindly, still hoping there was a sliver of reason left in her. She sipped her wine, reclined in the patio chair, where we once shared quiet mornings and long dreams. Boys will be boys, she chuckled. Her smile dipped in cruelty. My husband now, he's a real man, she added with a pointed smirk. Maybe plant something a little less fragile next time. Her words didn't pierce me. They planted something deeper. Not rage, not sorrow, something colder, something stronger, a seed of resolve. It hadn't always been like this. There was a time her laughter softened the sharp corners of my world, a time when her touch steadied me, when her presence meant safety. We had dreams, this house, this life, maybe even children once things settled. She used to say she loved how gentle I was, how I truly listened. I didn't realize that what sounded like love was actually the gentle hush before goodbye. Then came the changes, the late nights, the sudden obsession with the gym, the way she spritz on cologne she claimed was for her. She angled her phone just out of sight when she texted. I knew. I just hadn't found the strength to admit it until the night I saw his truck parked in my spot. The bedroom light upstairs flickered. Shadows moved, slow and unashamed. I didn't knock. I didn't rage. I turned around and left. People talk about heartbreak like it's loud, crashing. Mine was a whisper. It crept in quiet, stealing flavor from my coffee, making laughter stick in my throat. I let the garden grow wild, let the weeds rise and take back the space. But pain, it changes form. It hardens, becomes something dense, something sharp, something useful clarity. So I watched, not her, him, a newer truck now, sleek, black, with oversized tires and a roaring engine. Vanity plate, XMAN for you. Subtle, right? He'd drive by every other evening, sometimes lingering, sometimes just long enough to mark his presence. When he felt particularly bold or drunk, he'd roll into the edge of the yard, just enough to remind me who he thought was in charge. I built a new fence, put up cameras. He smashed them with a bat. The police shrugged. No solid evidence, they said. That word stuck. Evidence. So I got clever, tucked a motion-triggered camera into a birdhouse. Nothing fancy, but enough. It caught everything, his joyrides, his smirking destruction. One night, he reversed into my chrysanthemums, crushed my shed like it was cardboard. I called her again, showed her what I had. He's just letting off steam, she said. Grow up. Then she hung up. That night, I didn't sleep. I designed. 3 days in the garage. Welding, bolting, measuring. Steel plates buried just beneath the dirt. Shallow spikes, not lethal, but unforgiving. The kind used to stop runaway aircraft. Legal? Maybe not. Justified? Without question. I replanted the garden. Bright blossoms, reds, golds, vibrant and full of life. Hung a hand-painted sign. Welcome back. Flowers bloom again. It was bait, and he took it. The sound came at 2:13 a.m., metal shrieking, glass shattering, a voice screaming in agony. I stepped out of my robe, coffee steaming in one hand, camera in the other. His truck was wrecked. Shredded tires, the undercarriage torn open like flesh. Gasoline hung in the air, thick and dangerous. He was crawling out, bloodied but breathing, dragging himself across the dirt like a broken animal. She arrived minutes later, barefoot, frantic, her face pale in the moonlight. Maybe he called her. Maybe she followed the sirens. She ran to him, screaming his name. Then she saw me, saw the flowers, saw the sign, saw the birdhouse camera trained on everything. Her expression twisted, like she'd bitten into something rotten. "Did you do this?" she spat. "No," I said calmly. "He did. I just stopped planting flowers where they kept getting crushed." The cops came. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't plead. I handed over weeks of footage, harassment, destruction, trespassing. They had all they needed. He was fine, got slapped with a DI, community service. His insurance refused to cover the damages, called intentional recklessness. They're still paying it off. She stopped coming by. Moved in with her sister, last I heard. The real man lost his truck, lost his license. The last time I saw him, he was pushing a mower up the street, eyes low, sunburn on his neck. 2 weeks later, I replanted everything. Roses, lavender, snapdragons. A living tribute, not just to pain, but to endurance, to beauty rising out of ruin. A neighbor passed by, offered a smile. "Nice to see the yard back," he said. I smiled too, because it was never just about the yard. It was about dignity, about not being silenced, about refusing to be stepped on, literally or otherwise. This wasn't vengeance. It was something stronger. Justice, rooted deep, grown with care. And finally, after all the waiting, it bloomed.